Back here with more Week 9 XLB action as we have the Louisville Lost Boys taking on the Phoenix Devils. Louisville, number 2 in the East, a record of 5-2, as Phoenix still kind of holding pace there in the West at a record of 3-4. Let's take a look at some stats for these teams as they come in here. These are two teams just trying to keep pace with the top part of their division. Pretty well evenly matched. Louisville a little bit better offensively, but Louisville leads the league in ERA this season. They have 67 strikeouts to Phoenix at 66, but still that 2.17 ERA that they have, 2.18 ERA, is going to be number 1 in the league, and that pitching has paid dividends for them. Today they will have Ryan Pepiot on the mound, and the Devils will be rolling out Nathan Eovaldi, as the legends for the Lost Boys include Mark McGuire and 2017 Corey Kluber. The legends for the Phoenix Devils include Vladimir Guerrero and Joe Mauer. Anything you want to add, Jason?
Louisville just needs to win just to try and stay close to Gwinnett, because I don't think they've played yet.
No, I don't think so.
So yeah, that'd be huge if they could stay within a game and win. And they would take over first place overall in the East and maybe the whole league. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, the East is kind of... It was a little top heavy, but now they got the really the middle of the pack of the East. As you'll see the standings up here above me as it rolls through. It's kind of Gwinnett, Louisville, and then everyone else. But those teams are still within striking distance. All it takes is one loss for those top teams to kind of fall back to the middle of the pack. Phoenix, a win here today, really solidifies themselves right in the middle of the pack. If the playoffs started now, Louisville would be the 3 seed. They would be the top seed playing in Week 1. And Phoenix would be the 8 seed. And that would be a matchup of Phoenix and Toledo. And then Louisville taking on Salt Lake City. So we'll see how things play out as we careen towards the postseason. It'll be Zachary Neto leading off against Nathan Eovaldi here, the 7th level of hell behind me, as you can see, as we get set to get this one underway in Phoenix. And Eovaldi will get Neto to fly out to center. 1 up, 1 down for Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting .333 on the season. And Eovaldi will get Tatis to ground out to the catcher. They'll bring up Mark McGuire, hitting .292 on the year. And Eovaldi will get McGuire to line out back to the pitcher. So a frozen rope back to Eovaldi. But he catches it for 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of 1 we go, where Rafael Devers set to lead off for the Devils. Devers batting .280 on the year. What?
Super popular player on every team he's been on.
Yeah, is he really?
No.
Oh, that people don't like Devers.
Remember Boston just traded him to the Giants for just to get him out of there because he wouldn't. Bregman got hurt, and then he refused to go play third base.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's DH here, so he don't have to play anything.
And then the Giants were in first. They traded him to the Giants, and then the Giants went.
Well,
downhill.
I've not seen anything from manager Misha Collins that says that this team is in trouble. But speaking of Misha Collins, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for the Phoenix Devils. I made these graphics, and I forget to use them, man. It'll be Devers, Naylor, Vlad Sr., Teoscar Hernandez, Mauer, Albies, Friedel, Adames, Vargas, and of course Misha Collins, Castiel from Supernatural, this team's manager at a record of 3-4 on the season. Remind me to take a look at the Lost Boys in the top of 2, Jason.
Okay.
It'll be Devers leading off against Pepiot, and Pepiot will strike him out.
And the Devils cheer.
Yeah, they don't like him. Let's bring up Josh Naylor. Came over in a mid-season deal. He's batting .111 on the year. And Pepiot will give up a single into right to Naylor.
Was traded for Yamamoto.
Was he?
Yep.
I don't think that's right. In real life?
No, in this. In XLB.
He's trading for Matt Olson. Ryan Pepiot was traded for Yamamoto. Josh Naylor was traded for Matt Olson.
Yeah, what I said.
You said
Pepiot was traded.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Naylor. Naylor's going to take off for second.
I don't even know Josh Naylor.
45, he's in there. Stolen base for Naylor, his second of the season, and that'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Sr. with a man on second. And Vlade.
Oh my goodness.
April outdoor games. Game is called because of snow. Phoenix's game is called because of... No, we're going to continue on.
It said California called because
for
of fog.
Yeah. PB10 for Vlade. And 23 will be a single into right. That's Tatis Jr. out there. T3 would be 11 to 56. And Naylor's going to go for it. And he's gunned out at home by Tatis Jr.
Yeah, baby.
A big time out at home there. And now it's 2 down, 1 on for Teoscar Hernandez. And Pepiot will give up a single into center to Teoscar. And that'll bring up Mauer with 2 on, 2 down. And Pepiot will get Mauer to fly out to right. That'll get us through 1. Top of 2 will go. Where Shea Langeliers will lead off against Nathan Eovaldi. And Eovaldi will strike him out.
We'll need some CDDs against this guy.
I'm going to bring up Randy Arozarena. And Eovaldi will get Arozarena to ground out to second. 2 down for McKinstry. PBZ. 83. 24. Shortstop muffs grounder. CD4 at shortstop, batters out. CD2, so that's going to be an error on Adames. His second error of the season, 4th error of the year on the Devils. That'll put McKinstry on first after the error. Bring up Geraldo Perdomo. And Perdomo will hit a single into left.
Make them pay, boys. Make them pay for that.
They'll bring up Ian Happ, 2 on, 2 down. And Eovaldi will get Happ to ground out to short. Bottom of 2 we go. Ozzy Albies set to lead off as he bats .286 on the year. And Albies is out of there as he'll ground out to third, error 9 to 10, but that'll allow us to take a look at the Lost Boys defense once again, where McKinstry just an error 4. One down here in the second, TJ Friedel. And Friedel will be hit by the pitch. First time this season anyone on the Devils has been hit by the pitch. What did Friedel do? Pepiot now against Adames. And Adames will strike out. Second strikeout for Pepiot. Bring up Vargas, 1 on, 2 down. PBBD for Vargas, and he'll strike out. Third strikeout for Pepiot gets us through 2, tied up at 0. Let's take a look at the schedule here in week number 9 of the XLB. The Terminators and the Gladiators both on bye this week, but still some good games on tap here. Buffalo and Danville, a matchup of 2 teams trying to keep pace there in the East. as the Yetis and the Ninjas try and crawl back into the race in the West. Then, of course, we got some bigger games coming up down the line as well. A battle for first place in the final game of the week between the Rattlers and the Warriors. Top of 3, Xavier Edwards will lead off against Nathan Eovaldi. And Edwards batting 160 on the year. And Eovaldi will get him to ground out to the catcher.
All right, let's take a look at that Lost Boy lineup. Now that we're leading off with Zach Neto.
We've been through it once, but we'll take a look at the Lost Boy lineup here as Zach Neto will lead off with Fernando Tatis Jr. and Mark McGuire in the 3-hole. Shea Langeliers batting cleanup with Arozarena, McKinstry, Perdomo, Happ, Edwards, and of course Kiefer Sutherland, the manager for the Lost Boys.
That was your third inning lineup recap.
Third inning lineup recap. You love to see it. As Neto with one down. And Neto will strike out. Got what he was looking for. Just could not take advantage of it. That'll bring up Tatis Jr. And Eovaldi will strike him out. Back-to-back Ks for Eovaldi. Give him 3 on the day. And we head to the bottom of 3. Where Devers will lead off against Pepiot. And Pepiot will walk Devers. Second walk of the day for Pepiot. 5th walk of the season for Devers. We'll bring up Josh Naylor. And Pepiot will get Naylor to ground out to short. But he's safe. So 1 down. Naylor will go for second. 67. Picked off by the pitcher. So now 2 down. And Vladimir Guerrero at the plate. And Pepiot will get Guerrero to fly out the left. So 3 up, 3 down for the Devils.
What's fun about being 9 weeks in, like when I'm watching games on TV and I'll just see random players, I'm like, hey,
you know
I know that guy.
Yeah, it is nice.
Or a pitcher will come in and be like, hey, he's a 2-8. Or, hey, I think that guy's it.
It's like whenever the Cardinals are playing the Dodgers, and I was like, wow, every player on the Dodgers is in the XLB. I knew every single one that came up.
Well, if the Cardinals or Royals are facing a pitcher, and I'm like, wait, that pitcher's like a 2.7 last year, I feel pretty good about our odds. Or something and
then he'll shut him out.
Or at least not even knowing anything about the guy. At least I feel.
Oh, yeah. We have recommitted to baseball this year after being out for a while. So it's XLB has reignited our desire to watch baseball.
XLB and Bobby Witt Jr.
Mark McGuire will lead off the top of 4 against Eovaldi. And Eovaldi will get McGuire to ground out to second. With the shift on, that's actually the shortstop making the play over there.
Well, you can't do that anymore. Or maybe you can in XLB.
Well, no, you can't. They'll bring up Shea Langeliers. And Eovaldi will strike him out. 2 down for Randy Arozarena. And Randy will get an infield single. Just legging it out.
He'll steal. He's not even going to stop. He's just going to keep
He's not going to get a jump, though.
He goes back.
So that'll bring up McKinstry with 1 on, 2 down. And Eovaldi will get McKinstry to ground out to third. I'll take us to the bottom of the 4th, where Teoscar Hernandez will lead off against Ryan Pepiot. And Teoscar is out of there, as he'll pop up to first base.
Is that what the Dodgers broadcast calls them?
Teoscar, yeah. We've been saying Teoscar for 2 seasons now here in the XLB, and we have been wrong. I've been wrong. You're just the color guy. You're not the play-by-play. You just do whatever I say, so this isn't on you. That'll bring up Joe Mauer with 1 down. Pepiot will strike out Mauer. They'll bring up Ozzy Albies with 2 down. Pepiot will strike him out. 5th strikeout of the day for Pepiot. Will take us to the top of 5, where Geraldo Perdomo will lead off against Eovaldi. PBBD for Perdomo, and he'll hit a double to lead off the top of the 5th. So a runner in scoring position for Ian Happ. And Eovaldi will give up a single into left to Happ. Perdomo, OBRA. Left field is Teoscar Hernandez. So that's 11-56.
I won't.
Huh?
No, I'll stay.
Infield in for Xavier Edwards. Eovaldi will get Edwards to ground out to second. Runner on third, out at home. Oh, wow.
That's bullshit.
Right? That is kind of weird. And he hit it to second. I guess he would go home. That'll bring up Neto with 1 down and 2 on. And Eovaldi will give up an infield single to Neto.
I'll send him.
I don't know who fields that one. That'll bring up Tatis with the bases loaded. And Eovaldi finds himself in a jam now. PPBD for Tatis. And he'll strike out. We almost had a continuation of Grand Slam week here in the XLB. No spoilers.
Beady.
That'll bring up Mark McGuire.
Beady.
And Eovaldi will get McGuire to ground out to third. And Eovaldi gets himself in a big-time jam, but finds a way to work out of it. Still scoreless as we head to the bottom of 5, and TJ Friedel leading off for the Devils. And Pepiot will get Friedel to ground back to the pitcher. 1 down for Willie Adames. And Pepiot will strike out Adames. 6th strikeout for Pepiot will bring up Miguel Vargas. And Vargas is out of there as he'll fly out to right. 3 up, 3 down, top of 6 we go. And while these two teams might not have to worry about it right now, either one of them could certainly fall into the depth of relegation, where this season we're going to expand for season 3 to bring 16 teams into the league. 1 team in the East, or just 2 more teams will be added, and that'll take us to 16, which will make postseason play easier. And then relegation will occur, where we will assign a point value to each team standing at the end of the regular season, and then point values will be given out as well for playoff exits. And the 2 teams with the team in each division right now with the lowest number of points will be relegated. Will be gone. There will be 2 teams who will not be in the XLB ever again. And it's going to be tough if it's... Now what?
Yeah, going to be tough what?
I was just going to say, it's going to be tough if it's like Boise or, Salt Lake City, teams that have been there from the very beginning in Season 1. You took all your teams from Season 1 and you revamped them into new teams for Season 2. So your Season 2 teams, none of them are in Season 1, but pretty much all of my teams that are in the West were in Season 1 as well. So it's going to be tough seeing one of these teams go forever, especially, the Boise.
No.
Huh?
They're not gone forever. They're just relegated out. They can come back in the next season.
I guess that's true. I in my mind, I'm not going to bring them back, but
Jesus.
They're gone, dude.
Legend. What about the Legends? Those Legends they get to come back if they.
Okay, that's true. We'll figure that out.
Well, Sacramento and Salt Lake City are on the hot seat, and Buffalo and New Orleans are in the hot seat right now. As of right now,
that could change. And going forward, starting in Week 10, we're going to have relegation watch. So We'll be able to track who's going where. Top of 6, it'll be Shea Langeliers leading off against Eovaldi. And Eovaldi will give up a single into left to Shea Langeliers. 6th hit of the day for the Lost Boys. We'll bring up Randy Rosarina. And Eovaldi will get a Rosarina to ground out, air 3 to 10 at second. Ozzy Albies is only an air 1. So a Rosarina on a GX4 is going to be safe at first and Langeliers out at second.
He'll take off.
Going for second, 67. Picked off by the pitcher.
Idiots.
2 down and McKinstry up. Gave up a PB11. PB6 and 68. Pop up to the catcher, our favorite card. Managers trying to get cute with it. Both of them. Wind up paying for it. Devers will lead off for the Devils in the bottom of the 6th. Pepiot will get him to ground out to first. Air 1 to 10. And Big Mac is an air 2. So that is going to be an air on McGuire. His first of the year. And it's an air 1, so Devers just going to be safe at first. So to bring up Naylor. 1 on, nobody down. And Pepiot will strike him out. 7th strikeout for Ryan Pepiot. Bring up Vlad Sr. And Vladimir Guerrero Sr. will hit a single into right. 4th hit of the day for the Devils. We'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. And Pepiot will get Teoscar to pop up to the shortstop. So now 2 down for Joe Mauer. And Mauer will take that one high and deep. Joe Mauer! A 3-run home run!
For the Devil! The Devil!
And Joe Mauer has broken this game wide open with a 3-run shot here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's got to feel good for Joe Mauer fans to see that. His first home run of the season.
Yeah, both of them.
Fireball 4-bagger. As Mauer drills the 3-run homer to make it 3-0. We'll bring up Ozzy Albies and Pepiot.
Can't make errors. Can't make errors.
Really, it does feel like they take advantage of him at all times. Grounded to the shortstop, but the 3-run homer puts the Devils out in front. Top of the 7th will go where Eovaldi will deal with Geraldo Perdomo. And Perdomo will be out as he'll fly out to center. That'll bring up Ian Happ with 1 down. And Eovaldi will get Happ to pop up to first. That'll bring up Xavier Edwards. And Eovaldi will strike him out. 6th strikeout for Eovaldi as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
I'm out. Or Phillips.
And Tyler Phillips will check in from the Marlins. He'll take on the bottom of the lineup. TJ Friedel leading off the bottom of the 7th. And Friedel is going to strike out. These relief pitchers in the East, they come in and throw that first pitch meatball. Just testing the opponent. Adames will slap a double into right. Almost. Just skipped off the wall. 6th hit of the game for the Devils will bring up Miguel Vargas. And Phillips will get Vargas to fly out to right. Two down for Devers. And Devers will strike out. 2nd strikeout in the inning for Phillips. Gets them through 7. Top of 8 we will go. Camilo Doval will check in. And he'll take on the top of this Lost Boy lineup. And Neto will be out of there as he'll pop up to the shortstop. One down here in the 8th, Fernando Tatis Jr. BD for Jr. And he'll strike out. 7 strikeout for Devils pitchers. Brings up Mark McGuire. And McGuire will take a walk.
78.
78, taking a walk there. That is going to be Mark McGuire's 6th walk of the season, 13th for the Lost Boys. And now 1 on, 2 down for the Langeliers. And Doval will get Langeliers to line out to short. That'll do it for the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th will go, and Josh Naylor leads off against Tyler Phillips. And Naylor will slap a single into left. They'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Sr. 1 on, nobody down. Phillips will get Vlad to fly out to center. 1 down for Teoscar Hernandez. And BBBD. That'll be a double for Teoscar. 8th hit of the day for the Devils. 5th double of the season for Teoscar. That'll bring up Joe Mauer. 2 on, 1 down. And Phillips will give up a single into center to Mauer. They'll drive in Naylor. And make it 4-0. 1st and 3rd for Albies with 2 down, or 1 down. And Phillips will get Albies to ground out to short, and that'll be a double play. Oops. For the extra run for insurance, put up on the board 4-0 as we head to the top of the 9th. Doval will come back out to take on Randy Arozarena. And Doval will get Arozarena to fly out to right. 1 down for McKinstry. And McKinstry will take that one high and deep. And not many chances for him to hit a home run. But he makes the most of it right there. As he gets the first run of the day on the board for the Lost Boys. McKinstry, his 3rd home run of the season, makes it 4-1. Ouch. A boulevard bash by the Z-Man. Gonna bring up Geraldo Perdomo. And Doval will get Perdomo to pop up to the catcher with an error. Error 3. What the hell? Muff ball, batter safe on air. OBRA goes to 2nd, and he does.
Joe.
Yeah, that error does go on Joe Mauer, his 1st of the season. 5th of the year on the Devils. 2nd in this game.
Mo Jower.
Doval going to be done as Robert Suarez will check in. Ian Happ at the plate. And BD for Happ. And he'll strike out. 2 down now for Xavier Edwards and a man on 2nd. And Edwards will strike out to end the game. But the Lost Boys make it exciting. Suarez comes in to get the save. Eovaldi good through 7. Doval going to wind up getting the hold in this situation. And Suarez comes in for the 2-out save. Pepiot pitched extremely well. 2 runs on 5 hits through 6 innings. But that's still going to get the loss for him. MVP of the game, it's going to be Joe Mauer. Joe 2 for 4 on the day with a home run and 4 RBIs. All the runs of the day were knocked in by Joe Mauer. So that's another good win there for the Devils, and actually a pretty tough loss there for the Lost Boys. as they really needed to try and keep pace with the Gladiators, who were on bye this week. They could have brought themselves to within one game if they had won, and now at 5-3 on the season, they find themselves a full 2 games behind Gwinnett. So Gwinnett could lose next week and still hold the lead no matter who they're playing. Phoenix, on the other hand, moves to 4-4, puts them in a tie right now with Las Vegas, and potentially able to get past them and into the upper echelon of the West. So a good win for Phoenix here, a good breakout day for Joe Mauer. Jason, any thoughts on this one?
If St. Paul happens to win, then Louisville, St. Paul, and Danville will all be tied in the East at 5-3.
Yeah, and St. Paul and Las Vegas should be coming up next. So if you're looking forward to that one, I think you're going to have to wait just 24 hours. Or, if you're watching this in the year 2027, go watch it right now. You can do whatever you want. But that'll do it for today. The Devils over the Lost Boys, 4-1. Week 9 action rolls along here in the XLB. Thanks for watching.